everybody. So as you know, my name is Kianti Ayshea, and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. Let's go ahead and jump right into this reading, y'all. Let us see what the messages are that Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Let us see. Let us see. We have yin and yang, okay, complementary souls, complementary energies. We have self-respect, all right, resolving conflict is here. All right, quickly, before I forget, for those of you who are going through something with your person right now, some sort of turmoil, conflict, anything like that, person really wants to resolve that with you. However, they're used to people coming to them or people like breaking the silence or something along those lines. And you have this enormous amount of self-respect that doesn't allow for you to chase after anybody, especially when you know that you're in the right. Not to say that you can't bend and you can't, you know, compromise or anything like that, but it's more so to say that you're not willing to sacrifice your self-respect just to have someone be a part of your life. It's something that this person did that they know they shouldn't have done, a way that they treated you that perhaps was just not the best. And so why would you bend? Why would you chase after the person, you know? So again, you standing firm, the way that you're standing firm right now is really making this person even more attracted to you, okay? You may be someone that sends them love no matter what. You know, we have abundance. You like, yeah, this was disrespectful. Yep, you was out of pocket. Love you anyway, you know. But am I going to compromise my integrity? Absolutely not. Okay, so it's like, you want to be a part of my life? You want to be in my world? You will treat me a certain type of way. You don't, you won't. You know what I mean? It's that simple. So that's what I'm getting here. And it comes with spiritual maturity. Absolutely. Okay. Because when you know better, you do better. You know, if you're treating yourself with respect, you treat this person with respect, you treat others with respect. Why would you allow yourself to be disrespected? All right. Thank you, Spirit. What are the messages here for feminine? Oh, hold on. It's a lot. We have soulmates. Aww. All right. Some of you might be seeing a lot of butterflies right now. All right. Getting a lot of messages from your person. We have the garden, and then love is showing itself. And that's like 2 or 3 cards back. Let me see. We have the garden, spiritual maturity, and love. Aww. Yeah. You tend to yourself. All right. You tend to your soul. You tend to your spirit. You tend to your mind. All right. You listen to yourself. I see this unicorn hiding over here. This person may feel like you are a rare gem. All right. You are rare, honey. I don't know if this is something that you really, truly understand or not. I don't know if this is something you understand or not. Perhaps you do. Okay. With the garden, it's like 333 on a timestamp. You keep your connection with source really, really tight, really solid. Your internal garden is flourishing, hence the abundance, okay? True abundance and prosperity flows from within. It's when you're rooted in the right energies. Those people who are connected to source and remain connected to source shall forever, you know, remain in that flow, okay? That's what that feels like, all right? You're going to forever remain in that flow because you stay connected to the right energy. All right. Again, this person feel like the two of you are complementary souls. And then we have the soulmate card. So double emphasis on that with the yin yang and the soulmate. All right. This person is coming towards you and they feel like in order to have you in their life, or like I said earlier, be a part of your world, they have to treat you a certain type of way. Period. There's no exceptions. Okay. Not because this is a soulmate, not because you love them. None of that. You have to treat me with respect or you won't be a part of my life. That's where you're at with it. Okay, this person may have to work on their spiritual maturity. Okay, because remember, that keeps being emphasized in your reading. This person could be older than you, but spiritually immature. What do I mean by that? They think that it's okay to do certain things and treat people certain types of ways and just, what, That's not okay, you know. So again, they have to grow up, or they have to mature in spirit, aka ascend. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're leveling up. In order to get to you, you're in this castle up here. You're full of love. They know that, but you're not coming down. All right. And now here's the thing. I think when people hear that, you know, depending on where they are on their spiritual journey, they may think of it the wrong way or hear it the wrong way. But that's when you're in a distorted mindset. So you hear everything with distorted ears. Okay. And so you're thinking, oh, you make it seem like you're, you know, higher than everybody else. So you're holier than thou and you can't come down to meet people where they're at. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that if you find like you're being dragged down in order to remain in contact with somebody, that may not be what's best for you, especially when you've done a lot of work on your internal garden. You know, you've gotten yourself to a certain place, you've ascended, you've walked up the mountain. Now they have to do the same thing. Didn't I say something about the spiritual maturity? Look at this. It's up a mountain. It's ascending. But notice on this card, it's two people here. All right. So it was never meant for you to do anything by yourself. You see how at the top of the castle, there's those flags. Hold on. Let me see. All right. It cleared up for you. At the top of the castle, where it's those flags, you see those two hearts waving from the banners. Okay. You see it? You get my point? All right. So it's like it was never really meant for you to do something by yourself. But if the person is not going to be ready when you're ready, you don't have to stand there and you don't have to force them. You just continue to pour love into yourself. You continue to pour love into them, you know, or give them love. And guess what? Okay. It's like spirit did the rest. That's what I see. So it's not a matter of not going down and meet somebody where they're at. You have no problem with that. But you refuse to allow somebody to drag you down and keep you there. No. Here's the thing, right? I'm going to meet you where you at, but you got to be willing to ascend. If you're not willing to do the work to level up, then I can't stay down here with you. I can't revert. I can't go backwards. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I could, but why would I? Okay, so let's proceed. Let's not beat a dead horse. We have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Wands is about twin flame union. All right, I always say that's my happy spouse, happy house card. Okay, Four of Wands, the Eight of Cups is emotional withdrawal. Okay, feeling like something is missing from a situation. So I'm going to remove myself and I'm going to reconnect with source. I'm going to do some inner work. Okay, I feel like that's the energy that you were in, Queen of Cups again, but you never took your love away. You never said, oh, I don't love them anymore. You never stopped loving them. You know, that's not the case here. This supposed to be in the upright. You never said that. Okay, I feel like this person is hoping and praying that they still get the opportunity to fight for this connection and that it's not over. All right, the two of you are meant to be extremely prosperous together. Okay, you're going to be prosperous, they're going to be prosperous, but you're meant to be extremely prosperous together. You understand? It's not to say, oh, this is the only way to do it. It's the only way to receive abundance is being together. No, you're still going to receive the abundance. But Spirit is telling you that this is a part of the abundance that Spirit has for you. This love, this connection, this soulmate energy here. Okay, we have Three of Swords. Three of Swords is the energy of heartbreak, disappointment, grief. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about investment of our time, energy, effort. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is the energy of curiosity. Okay, it's like looking into something, doing your research, spying, watching. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is distance, space. Okay, could be travel or progression. Let's see. Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins is a plan. Okay, a very detailed plan. Six of Wands is the underlining. So whatever it is somebody is planning, it's going to work out. They just have to stick to the plan. Something might be taking longer than expected, but I feel like once the person gets to where they see themselves going, everything will be as it should be, as opposed to rushing and then skipping steps or missing important details. The Three of Wands. Three of Wands is the very near future, but it did come out kind of sideways, so it makes me feel like something might be delayed. Any event that moves are not made a certain way, there might be delays. Okay, Strength card. Courage and bravery. Ten of Pentacles, there's that abundance, justice, integrity. Okay. Integrity, fairness, consequences. All right, we have Eight of Cups. Again, Eight of Cups with the Six of Swords. There's definitely space and distance between the two of you. And again, it's connected to your self-respect. Okay, Four of Swords. I feel like, you know, peace. Peace is expensive. All right, people don't understand that. Peace is so valuable. Okay, if something costs you your peace, it costs too much. All right. So in the event that this situation was causing you heartache, in the event that you were crying and there were actual tears falling, no, it disturbed your peace in a way that you had to remove yourself. All right. Something wasn't right. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of distortion. You were investing your time, your energy, your love, your effort, and you didn't understand why, because you weren't seeing the results. You weren't seeing the return. All right. And if you're someone who is accustomed to, and we see that here, you're someone who's accustomed to putting in work and seeing the results, because you have the faith, but faith without works is dead. So you keep the faith strong and you put in the work and you see your results. But you have been so faithful and you have been hopeful and you have been prayerful and you've been putting in the work and you still not seeing no results. So you're like, and I'm confused. And I know that the divine, the most high God, is not of confusion, is not of distortion. So if I feel confused, then perhaps it's best for me to remove myself from this situation. Okay. Underlying energy here is 4 swords. Again, for the sake of my peace of mind, because that's spiritual maturity. I know better, so I'm going to do better. I could be enjoying the heck out of this, but I'm not enjoying the confusion. I'm not enjoying the distortion. I'm enjoying you. I'm enjoying the feeling that you give me. I'm enjoying the love that we have between us. Again, with the soulmate and the yin yang energy. But I'm not enjoying the 3 of swords. I'm not enjoying the 7 of cups. You know, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what we're doing. So we can, you know, make this plan and stick to that plan. Okay? Yeah. All right, especially for those of you who are like, look, I'm getting older, child. You know what I mean? Like, you're only as old as you feel, right? But perhaps the situation was weighing on you so much that you started to feel older. You said, oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we have the 9 of coins. 9 of coins is independent, single, okay, doing your thing, very confident, okay. This is fruitfulness. This is abundance, okay. Life's sweet, life's good. All right, that's my life sweet card. All right, we got the 6 of wands, success, victory, okay, overcoming obstacles and challenges. Any internal conflict you could have been experiencing or going through, you know, you've overcome that. That's behind you now. 3 of Cups is the energy of celebratory energy. So going out and celebrating. Okay, celebrating what? Your elevation. Some of you are being promoted at work. Some of you are just in a completely, you know, beautiful space. And the people that love you, that have witnessed you struggle, who have witnessed you down, who have witnessed you out, they are happy to see you in this space. No, not everybody's going to be happy for you. Y'all already know that. Some people are going to be envious, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the people that want to celebrate you. The friends and family that want to show you love and shower you with affection, you know, and congratulatory energy. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are getting new jobs. Some of you finally started the business. The business is doing well. Some of you are gaining new clients and you're just in a new space. A new space energetically, a new space vibrationally, which is the same thing. A new space financially. All connected. Okay, everything is energy. So we got some cards flipped over here. There's a message. The Hermit, ghosting or distancing oneself, going into isolation. The 9 of Swords, anxiety, being all in one's head. We also get insomnia and something here just about fear. Fear surrounding what's going to happen. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is like head over heart decisions. A very intellectual person. Somebody that plays no games and takes no mess. This person could be really worried because they're thinking that, you know, you're never going to return, or they're never going to hear from you, or what they want with you one day is not possible. Meanwhile, you still love the person. You're giving the person grace, but you refuse to allow yourself to repeat something that you already know is going to go a certain way, you know? So in the event that I just forgive you for disrespecting me, or I just allow something to go on, guess what? I'm teaching you how to treat me. So you will continue to be disrespectful and you will continue to do whatever it is that you're doing that I don't like. So even though it may not be what you would have wanted, you have fallen back from the situation just enough to give this person the space to grow and develop in the ways that they need to spiritually. Okay, because it's not to say that you don't love them. Again, you know this is a soulmate of yours. You know the two of you are complementary energies with that yin and yang, right? But you are not settling. You are not settling when you've done the work on yourself that you've done. You're not doing it. Okay? So with the Five of Swords here, they definitely feel like they sabotaged this. They feel like they could have messed it up with whatever it is they said or did or how they were moving. Okay. They're praying for the opportunity to make something right. Okay, yeah, we got the Four of Wands and the Lovers. Well, underlying energy is Three of Pentacles. This person wants commitment and devotion. Period. Okay, they may not have been ready for that when you were dealing with them or however long ago. Could have been 2 weeks, child, who knows? But they weren't ready for it. Okay, now they're like, I'm getting ready for it. Because remember, every time I look at this, first of all, this is a staff in their hand. It's not even a rose. But every time I look at this card, I see a rose. It's almost like the person has, you know, they have love for people. That's cool. But the love they have for you, it's like you're their one. You're their special one. You're their special person. You're the one they feel like God made for them. You're their complementary half. You're their soulmate. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're willing to put in that work. They're willing to do what is necessary to be on that level so that they can be with you. You know what I mean? They're willing to do the work. They're willing to ascend. All right. And I feel like this situation is putting them in a position to do so. All right. Because they're learning so much. They're learning so much about themselves. They're learning so much about spirit. I feel like if there's telepathy going on between the two of you, they're like, wow, like this is really, you know, like real, like soulmates, twin flames, whatever, you know, is really real. Okay. Yes, honey, it is. This person wants to be with you. Three of Pentacles is about devotion and teamwork and being on the same page, commitment. All right. The Lovers is a sacred energy. This person feels like they're always going to be drawn to you. They're always going to want you, you know, because you're able to speak to something inside of them. You know, you're able to speak to their heart. You're able to speak to their soul. You can read them in a way that others can't, etc., etc., etc. So then we have the happy spouse, happy house energy, which is like twin flame union. A lot of you, this is your twin. It's your twin flame, not just your twin flame soulmate. And it looks like you're going to be with this person. Okay. Three of Wands, again, is foresight, what's to come. So it's not a matter of, are you going to be with this person? It's a matter of divine timing. Because remember, the Knight of Pentacles is a plan or a planner. This person has a plan. They just need to stick to the plan. You know, what's the plan? Go on a spiritual quest and finding what's within them that they need to find. You know, because until then, it's like a person is always going to search for what they feel like is missing in other places, other people, until they realize that what they're searching for is actually inside themselves. That missing cup is the connection with source. Once you have that understanding and awareness of who you are, and you have that personal relationship with spirit, there's no distortion. Hence why, again, you've gotten to that place where you know who you are. You have self-awareness. You know what you want. You have a very, very close personal relationship with spirit. So if something doesn't sit right with you, if something comes with confusion and uncertainty, you're not trusting that. You're not trusting that. Okay, again, spiritual maturity. What's underneath this? We got the Sun card. Sun card is divine masculine energy, but it's also the energy of happiness and bliss and success, prosperity. Okay. So let us see, y'all. Oh, looks like it's upside down, right? Because the majority of them are this way. So let's see. Some of them are the other way, but the majority, as per shuffle, seem to be this direction. Look at here. You see? Most of them are this way. So if it's reversed, we'll just flip it because we don't read this deck in reverse. I have some tarot decks that I have assigned them to be decks that I read in reverse, and then other decks I just do not. You know, it depends on what the message is and what spirit guides me to do. Excuse me. If it's meant to flip itself, it will, as you know. But when it comes to these, we don't read them in reverse. Okay, Three of Swords, split energy. So that's what had your heart hurting. This person made it seem as if they were in split energy about you, or as if you were just another option. They didn't really know what they wanted. They weren't really focused on you, and they were all over the place. Okay, so that was really heartbreaking for you, because when it comes to them, you know what you want. You want them. There's no confusion as far as you're concerned. But this person being confused about you, yeah, it's not the nicest feeling. Okay. All right, we have mirroring. Yeah, this is your mirror soul. It says reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. Okay, this is your mirror soul. They have to go within themselves and again find what is missing. I said when a person realizes that what they're searching for in all these other places and people is actually within them, they become whole. And now see, I'm the 9 of cups. Now I can come to you and we can make the 10 of cups. Makes perfect sense, right? So right here where it says reflection, twin, and wholeness, just as you're a twin, but are they yet your reflection? Probably not, because the person is not whole yet, or they don't feel whole yet. So once they feel whole and they feel complete, then yes, this is your reflection right here. Okay. Got 2 cards here. Got 2 cards. All right, we have balance again, more yin and yang, and we have control. Whoa. I feel like you were ready to get as close to the person as you possibly could, but they just weren't ready yet. You know, like they enjoyed you being there, but they were still unawakened, still have some shadow healing to do, still have some peace to make with themselves, etc., etc. It says stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations. Yin and yang, darkness and light. Stay centered in your higher self. Okay, see, they had a lot of shadow healing, hence the darkness. Like I said, person needed to step out of the darkness into the light. There's nothing wrong with balancing the dark and the light. You know, just like good and bad. It's called duality. We all have both within us. It's no such thing as one over the other or anything like that. But it's something that this person had to release or something they had to let go of. They could have been trying to control their feelings as well. Creativity, inspiration, productivity, creation, bring out the greatness within. I feel like you distance yourself from this person so that you can continue to be productive. You know, when you're in the 3 of Swords energy and you're feeling grief and all that, it's kind of hard to be productive. But in comes this person wanting a fresh start, new opportunity, release the past. This is your second chance. Okay, we have destruction. So this is a Tower moment. Okay, person about to go through all sorts of shifts and changes and all these other things. Okay, a lot of reasons why there could have been delays. But like I said, during this time where some of you may not be speaking to the person as much, or you may not have seen them in however long, again, there's still intuitive communication. You're connected on a soul level. So this person is realizing, whoa, this twin flame soulmate stuff is real. Remember we said that earlier. Okay, it's real. We have self-worth and appreciate. All right, and then here we have denial. So somebody, again, was repressing their emotions or making you feel rejected, okay, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So hence the 8 of Cups, emotional withdrawal, detachment, because I know my worth and I respect myself, right? It says value, self-esteem, confidence, be empowered by valuing yourself. I do. I understand that I deserve someone who appreciates me, who is going to treat me with respect, you know, this, that, and the other, all the things that we talked about earlier, right? So if this person is not doing it, 8 of Cups, because I know who I am, I know what I deserve. But this one says, your twin appreciates you. See the blessings and practice appreciation. So maybe if they feel that way, they should show it more often. You know what I mean? They should show their appreciation for you more often. Remember I said they have to ascend, they have to level up spiritually. Here we go. You know, it's like Spirit is showing us what's happening during this time where the 2 of you may not be interacting as much or as often as you used to. They feel alone. They could have felt abandoned. But the entire point of where Spirit led the 2 of you on your journey is so that this person can get closer to them and realize they're never alone. Spirit is always with them. It's getting them more familiar with Spirit. Again, back to that personal relationship that we need to all have with Source. All right, so with the 7 of Cups, we have transformation. Like this is the transformation that's coming in, the breakthrough. You're ready for the next level. But first, Tower moment, because that distortion, confusion, and all that way of living is not it. Okay? Yeah, feminine. So I feel like there's a transformation here. The person doesn't want to be without you. They're ready for the next level with their feminine. Okay, yeah, outcome. Okay? Results, conclusion, ending, you will get a resolution. There's a resolution coming. All right? Material world was there. Something about money, work, career, things like that. All right. Yeah. They attempted to deny what they were feeling. Realized that was delusion. Delusional to do that. Knowing that they be watching you the way they be watching you. Social media, fascination, curiosity, watching from a distance. Why would I repress my emotions knowing how I feel about this person? That's weird. But again, Six of Wands, success, victory, things like that. You know, I feel like some of you might be in the public eye, or something you do may be recognized by the public. Now, keep in mind that social media, yes, is one way, but it could also be something like broadcasts. Okay, it could be broadcasted in some way, shape, form, or fashion is what I'm hearing. You know, I'm getting TV, I'm getting radio. Okay. Some of you are expanding. This person is going to start seeing you and hearing you everywhere. Okay. They will almost feel like they can't escape you a little bit. All right, we have separation. This is your twin soul. Yep, there's been no contact, but the two of you have been in contact at the same time. It's like no physical contact, but telepathic contact. Because we got 5D, dreams, nightmares, focus on your own happiness, vibration, energy and positivity, raise your vibration to attract what you desire. So again, they have to ascend. They're being leveled up. Because this person has been pulling on your energy. I'm sure you feel it. For a lot of you, especially those of you who haven't spoken to or dealt with the person in a while, you feel them pulling on your energy, and that's why you're here watching this reading. Otherwise, you wouldn't even click. You know, it's that type of thing. But you like, this person been pulling on my energy for like 2 weeks now. What's going on? That's what's going on. They've been doing a lot of contemplation. Some of them have been going to counseling. Some of them have been journaling. All right. They're getting closer to spirit, and they're realizing a lot of things, a lot of truths. Okay. This person is doing a lot of work on themselves right now, because they want to come home. You're their soul's home. The Four of Wands is clarified by the home card. The Four of Wands is home. It's a representation of your environment. Hence why it's my happy spouse, happy house card. It represents twin flame union. It represents your home or your environment, your surroundings. So your twin is saying that they want to share an environment with you. They want to share a habitat. They want to share a living space. Okay? Cozy, warm, secure. You feel at home with each other. You're their soul's home, and that's where they want to be. They don't want to be separated. They don't want to be without you. All right? Sometimes you could have felt like the person was stuck in certain energy. You shifted your focus, and that cleared that energy out. You took a moment to step back, waiting for signs. Here are some signs. Yes, it's what's sticking out. I wanted to pull that up, because if it said no and it canceled the whole reading, then so be it. But you need to know what you need to know. All right, so is this person actually doing the work? Yes. Are they aware of what this connection is? Yes. Will the two of you be coming together the way that you and they like? Yes. Will it take time? Also, yes. All right, but the person knows what they want, and they know who they want it with. Okay? They're not stuck at all. Yeah, this masculine is doing the work, honey. Doing the work. All right. Now we're going to read from the Dear Empress deck. All right. This is my oracle deck, available for purchase over on my website. You can find that information in the description box beneath this video, in the comment section, as well as the chat box. Okay. You can get this deck over there. I also have some bracelets for sale, other merchandise, oils, and things like that. And you can book yourself a personal reading. Okay. Let us see. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that flew out. Okay. We have, I'm frustrated by the fact that I never get to see you. All I want is to hold you close to me. Okay. Frustrated by the fact they never get to see you. I'm loving your big goddess energy. Okay. Very vibrant. Very vibrant. Okay, it's impossible to ever get enough of you. No matter how much I get, I could always go for seconds. Okay, you could take that any way it need to be taken, honey. A little nasty. Somehow you could take that any way it need to be taken. What? I never meant to make you cry. I love you. Hurting you is hurting myself. See, remember that Three of Swords energy? They never meant to make you cry. They never meant to make you sad. They didn't mean to bring that kind of energy in. All right. When we met, it stirred up emotions within that I've avoided for years. It scared me. I ran. I'm sorry. Take one more. Look, I can't make this up. Let's say F everything and go off the grid. Wherever we are together is home. That's the third time now. That is the third time now that this person is referring to you as home. You are this person's soul home, period. They don't want to be without you, okay? I honestly feel like right now they're starting to feel a little homesick, be honest with you. All right, we have, I know that you are worth the wait. Therefore, I will work on becoming my best self in the meanwhile. Think it's a joke? Because it's not. 2, 33, and 5. All right, now you might be seeing those numbers separately, like 2, which is about partnership, duality. 33, which I was about to say because 33 stood out several times. All right, I saw it on the timestamp. 33 is here, and I was about to mention it to you while I was shuffling the last card, and here it is again. So it's something there about that number. Somebody keeps seeing 33, 33, 33. One of you might be 33 years old. You might be a life path 33, life path 6. Okay, you might be seeing that number over and over and over and over again. It might be something that you're seeing or they're seeing because somebody's learning a lesson or somebody's teaching a lesson. But 33 is definitely emphasized in this reading. That's the third time that I saw it. All right, so we have 2, 33, which, like I said, is the master teacher. 5, okay, 5 is about changes, shifts, switching things up. 13, transformation, rebirth, endings that bring forth new beginnings. It also breaks down to 4, which then 4 is about stability, structure, and guess what? Home. So home is now mentioned 4 times. So the number 3 is emphasized and number 4 is emphasized. Put those things together, just speaking in terms of numerology, we have 7. We've been talking this whole time about this person spiritually ascending, spiritually awakening, or spiritually leveling up. 7 is what that number is about. Vibration, raising one's vibration. 7 is a very spiritual number. All right. So those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Peace and heavies.